Beans in beer.
When people think of brewing beer, they don't think of beans off the top of their heads.
Why the hell would you put beans in a beer?
So, beans in beer. The idea behind the 3Beans is based upon an ancient formulation in medieval Europe, in the Slavic areas, and the Baltic areas. In those climates, they don't have access to regular brewing grains like barley and wheat, so they would use other fermentable sugars, and one of those was beans. Once they're dried, they can last for years, and they're also relatively light, so they're transported rather easily. Dealing with 3 different beans, cacao, coffee, and then the Romano beans. They may be all different species, but anatomically, they're all similar. It has everything necessary for life encapsulated in a shell. It's an embryo. Now, when 3Beans came together as a concept, it was exciting, but that's just the concept. When it comes to the execution, that's where Jan comes in.
Right, when it comes to brewing beer, we feel pretty confident, but regarding those other ingredients, the beans, we wanted to consult the experts.
Well, fortunately for us, we have some local friends who happen to specialize in beans. Beanmasters.
I'm Michael Mast.
I'm Rick Mast, and we're chocolate makers. We basically seek one thing, and that's to make the best chocolate in the world. We source beans from all around the world, and our criteria for sourcing ingredients is we source the best. That's it. Basically, our technique is rooted in old traditions dating back to the Mayans, really. Grinding down the beans using stone. Many people have heard of a Mayan metate. Well, we basically have mechanized that and do a very slow stone ground process to capture all of these unique characteristics of the cocoa bean.
Just use beans and sugar where we're just highlighting the different flavor profiles we're getting from these great beans from around the world.
We do everything from roasting to winnowing to stone grinding to aging to tempering, all here under one roof.
Well, traditionally, really, when chocolate was first discovered, the Mayans early on started using it as a drinking beverage.
The history of this beverage is just steeped in legend.
This was an intoxicating beverage for them. This was the beverage of the day.
The fermentation of cocoa beans is really something that people don't really realize is happening. Cocoa beans are fermented. They're naturally fermented in their own sugars and their own citrusy pulp that's on the inside of these cocoa pods. And it usually ferments for about 5 to 6 days. And not only is it fermenting the nib, the inside of the bean, but also the shell itself, which is encapsulating tons of flavor. What's so exciting about them is that not only do they have all the flavor in there, but they don't have all of the additional cocoa butters and stuff that's in the nibs. It dissolves in water and packs a much more flavor punch. You can actually make a much cleaner, more flavor-forward beverage using it. And that's what's so exciting about this collaboration. It's really the perfect thing to pair with a beer.